Hi Pisces, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2010. Excuse me. Well, you've been learning an awful lot, haven't you, Pisces? And this month you'll be taking your worldly responsibilities more seriously, your presentation maybe, feeling it's important to be very diligent at reputation, creating the right image, and forging connections related to your place in the world. But there's this real feeling of mentoring, or real feeling of guiding others here as well. So professionally, it might mean presenting yourself as competent and efficient to those in authority, worthy, or maybe not in authority, but those who are in positions, hold positions, who are important to you in some way. In your personal life, it may mean that others are looking to you to give information, to set an example, and, you know, be the authority yourself on something. Either way, you'll be more aware of being scrutinized, and the consistency and patience and a cool head are the name of the game. So some of you will have more contact with a parent or guardian at this time, possibly as well, bosses, potential or actual, or others in so-called positions of power. And they are likely to be helpful. Also, the new moon here is, and that starts on the new moon comes in on the 6th. That heralds fresh beginnings in this area over the coming months. So it allows for positive change, for you to be, you know, putting effort into creating positive change in that area if change is needed. Until the 19th, it's more likely to be a case of who you know rather than what you know, and cultivating good contacts will be beneficial. Networking is highlighted, all kinds of group orientated activities are highlighted too. From then on, you may wish to initiate things within an organization or a group context. That's more likely from the beginning of the second week onwards. You could be feeling quite competitive and want to pool energies within a group in a competitive kind of a way. Maybe compare notes, you know, as well. Others could be looking to you for your knowledge, your guidance, as I say, your opinion, and you may have to work quite hard at transmitting the information in as inventive and as intuitive a way as you can, because as a matter of fact you can be quite inspiring and inspired just now. However, avoid overriding. Sometimes, you know, there's a tendency where Mars is overriding what others' opinions are, what others have to say, as this energy is about cooperation and sharing, and a kind of, you know, a collegiate, a kind of a group consciousness. In fact, you could be having a very active social life. You may feel rather overloaded mentally at times as well, Pisces. So always remember to keep your escape route open. Mercury retrogrades from the 9th, meaning that you or someone could get off on the wrong foot or get the wrong end of the stick, possibly, and you may just have to wait a little longer before a plan really launches, really takes off. You sort of got to hang fire a bit on that. Until early January, Venus is giving you a taste for the new and untried, particularly related to education, you know, areas that are unfamiliar to you, you want to learn about, you want to get good at something. Maybe it's a new system or a new kind of language in some way. Could be something to do also with contacts with people in other cultures or something techno. Some of you may have more of an interest in communications, media, or a new field of interest, or in fact be traveling or planning to travel. Social life may have been related to a place of learning, and things will be rolling forwards more easily in this area during December anyway. You're into a 2+ year transit of Saturn, which will teach you how to work within somebody else's rule book, or somebody else's control over something over this time. But during this time you'll have to learn how to strike a balance between their needs and requirements and your own, and look for a win-win sort of solution. Gradually build up a resource or a lifestyle which is very unique to yourself and independent of somebody else's manipulation or just control or ownership. Then you got more control and independence for yourself. Also, where Venus is at the moment, there could be friendships made, or even a love relationship related to an institute of learning or something like that, like a course or academia of some kind. Yes, you could be getting quite close to somebody centered around that kind of environment. So you'll slowly be shifting your priorities over this next 2+ years, connected to the position of Saturn, but gaining a much deeper insight into something. Uranus is in your sign until next March, and will be helping you to break the ties that bind. And some of you may have already done that over this nearly 7-year transit now that Uranus has been in your sign, very much transforming yourself. And really events, when you look back at them, you'll realize how things did accelerate. And I call it the Dorothy syndrome, where Dorothy gets caught up in the twister and gets set down in a place which is definitely not Kansas, with her little dog Toto. So some of you could already have tasted that feeling of getting set down in a place which is definitely not Kansas. Now, this energy is probably going to be affecting, well, it will be affecting late Pisceans most strongly just now. But just remember to keep a steady hand on the wheel and set your sails, in a way which is going to take you in the direction you've got to go, because ultimately it's going to lead to a more liberated, freer life for yourself in the future. And Jupiter is in your sign for a little while longer now, until the latter part of January 2011. That's going to continue to open up, that vibration will be opening up new doors in your life, giving you a wider range of options. You'll be, you could be expanding, you could have been expanding mentally, learning new things during these many months Jupiter's been there, but also, some of you could have relocated or expanded your physical territories in, lesser ways. But definitely during this transit of Jupiter, making you more knowledgeable and experienced and hopefully wise. Now, from the 22nd overall, your social life is going to accelerate, Pisces. But around the 28th, 29th, there could be a locking of horns with someone, or just maybe you're having to read between the lines to meet somebody else's requirements in the short term. And that's it for December. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll throw another light on what I've said here. And also look out for the stars for the whole of 2011, which will be arriving on here pretty soon. And may I wish you a happy Christmas, and I'll see you the next time.